In this video, we're going to outline how to approach solving a one variable equation. Now, I don't like saying step one, do this, step two, do this, step three, do this. I don't believe in steps when you are trying to understand mathematics because steps can always change. It's the process that you want to know. And so when you're trying to solve an equation, you want to make sure your process involves these key ideas and always make sure that the equation is simplified. Now, what this means is if you can, distribute, combine like terms. If you have some fractions that are there, you multiply the entire equation by the least common multiple. Now this is trickier. We really won't see this happening too much at this point with solving equations, but it is a key concept later on in the year. And so I put it here to kind of get our mind thinking about how we can simplify equations, the different approaches we can use for it. And once everything's simplified, that's when you want to start moving. That's when you want to start solving. And so I always say move the variables to one side first. Get the variables to one side first. It's going to make it easier from that point on if you try and combine them onto one side of the equation. And then once you do that, isolate the variables by removing any other operations going on, any other terms. You remove any constants that are going on by performing the inverse operations. Remember, constants are if you have a +5, a -7 at the end. Do those first, and then you remove any coefficients. Remember, coefficients are if they're being multiplied to the variable. So we do the inverse operation, which for the most part you might be doing division. But if you have a fraction for a coefficient, there's another approach you would use. So I don't like saying step do this, step two do this. You want to make sure you understand, remove your constants. Do the inverse of what it says. Remove your coefficients. Do the inverse of what that says. And as always, when you're done, check your answer because there will be times where you might have made a mistake, and we're going to learn there will be times where you are required to check your answer because your answer, even if you do things mathematically right, may yield a weird solution that you have to address. So check your answer. It's very quick, and you can use your calculator to make that easier for you. But this is the approach that you could use to solving a one variable equation throughout Algebra 2.